There's no racetrack in the world with this environment like they have, the atmosphere, I should say, here in Vincennes. For me, it's the Coliseum. It's the #1 racetrack in the world. The history that's involved here, the passion of the people, and the quality of the racing, and just the track itself. That it's this track, this configuration, the distances that we race here. You can get all sorts of dramas in a race here that you just cannot get in any other racetrack in the world. It's the final of this series that's been going all over Europe and the entire season. And these horses, actually, the race today was not a typical race. It was part of these series. The standing start with the distance. The typical race was with the car and a 1.25 miles. But every racetrack or every host country gets to make their own rules. So the French decided to make it a really French race, and that's fine. Like I said before, I love the standing start. I love the distance, and it was a race where almost always the best horses are at the finish line. Maybe they don't win, but they're always separated from the rest of the field, always here.
Formidable avec Bold Eagle qui est parti à la corde, qui est parti assez moyennement. Très bon départ en revanche pour Valco Genila et pour Aubryon du Gers qui est déjà en 2e position. Bold Eagle dans le dos de Ringo Startreb. À l'arrière, il y a notamment Cruzado de la Noche et Twister B. 8, malgré les conditions difficiles, on va très vite dans cette course. Et la montée, Valco Genila qui est détaché toujours d'Aubryon du Gers qui est en 2e position. 1-11-2 à 1000 mètres de l'arrivée. Une course sans concession et toujours en tête de course Valco Genila. Pour Bold Eagle qui semble avoir beaucoup de ressources mais qui est toujours maintenu en 4e position par Franck Nivard, alors que Twister B se rapproche et emmène désormais Cruzado de la Noche, mais toujours loin de Valco Genila qui est détaché à l'intersection des pistes. Aubryon du Gers en 2e position. Bold Eagle qui s'est rapproché, qui vient tout près désormais. Et Valco Genila est toujours en tête, mais voilà les champions. Aubryon du Gers, Bold Eagle et Twister B qui s'annonce un match à 4 entre Valco Genila, Aubryon du Gers, Bold Eagle et Twister B. Aubryon du Gers qui a pris l'avantage. Bold Eagle qui va essayer de revenir sur lui. Aubryon du Gers, Jean-Michel Bazir qui résiste à Bold Eagle. Aubryon du Gers devant Bold Eagle. Aubryon du Gers qui ne lâche rien. Aubryon du Gers qui remporte le prix d'été. Incroyable Jean-Michel Bazir. Aubryon du Gers bat Bold Eagle. Twister B est tout près. Ouais.
Twister B, I was, absolutely thrilled. He was, I told you before, we knew that it was a jump up in class. Everybody knew it was a jump up in class. He'd raced Propulsion, he'd raced Lionel, he'd raced Readily Express, but Bold Eagle, Aubryon du Jaune, these are different horses. We were on their own home court, so the idea was certainly try to make money, but if we had to make a mistake, be extra careful, not extra aggressive.
È bellissimo, la retta d'arrivo è stata troppo emozionante, testa a testa con Bold Eagle, è indescrivibile.
He just had to kind of claw his way into the race, and he was charging right to the very end. So, as far back as he was, no, I was really surprised he was that good. Well, first of all, you know how it is with the typical horse trader. In a good year he pays his bills, and in a normal year he makes bills. So, when you get a horse like Twister B, he kind of puts you ahead of that cycle. And so obviously the financial part is is important. But more than anything, they sent the horse up to us because they thought he had a lot of potential, but he was kind of a wild guy. And they were concerned that he was not ever going to become the horse that he might be. So, they believed in us, and it worked out. So, the whole team did a great job. The people also at the racetrack in Halmstad that take care of the tracks, that's a big part of this horse's, I think, success is that he trains every day on the best tracks in Scandinavia. He's going to go to New York. If everything goes okay, he'll race in Yonkers, and then when we bring him back, obviously we'll keep him moving, but he'll probably have a little bit of a gap, and then we'll pick out one of the races to race in during the winter meet here, and try to bring him into the Prix de Marique in top form. When I was second trainer for Chucky Sylvester, we actually won the race with Mac Lobel, and then when I went there on my own, we got dumped out of the sulky, and my horse ran loose for like 6 laps around the racetrack. I was Crown's Invitation, so I've had the experience of the worst and the best in that race. But Yonkers, it's always great to go to a racetrack, that the Rooney's own. They've been a great family in American all sports, not just harness racing, and they put a big investment into this race. So yeah, to go hang out, race for $1 million bucks at a racetrack owned by an Irish American. We Irishmen, we love that.